What's happening, guys? So we are here for the reaction to man like Egal. Yeah, I mean, as the title says, when Egal had standards, fam. Like Egal was one of us. He used to be one of us, right? And something changed, but he used to be one of us, fam. He was one of the bros, fam. You know what I mean? Man had standards for this club, yeah? And it went from that to, you know, him being the toxic positive that he is today, which, you know, too many of those is why this club will stay stagnant where it is. But yeah, I've got a video to react to. So, you know, let's talk about this. I'm sick of them sweatsuits and them corny hats. Let's talk about it. So let's go.
Give us your thoughts, mate. Give us your thoughts.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse. Every single game, it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. We have not scored a goal at all this whole entire season.
Now, I just want to be clear, just you know, before we go any further. This was back in 2021 when, you know, we got smoked by Man City 5-0 at the Etihad. And he's on the football terrace now, basically raging about Arsenal, the owners, and, you know, super texts. So yeah, just want to get that clear before. Well, yeah, let's get it.
3 games, no goals, Terry. 3 games, 3 losses, Terry. 3 games, 9 goals, Terry. Okay, to let everybody know, my stance is from the beginning to the end. This is gonna take a while. So Terry, at the beginning of the game, you see the lineup. What do you see? You see Callum Chambers holding Kolasinac in a back 3. Okay, in a back 3. We just signed a backup left back, so Kolasinac wouldn't have to play. We were trying to get rid of him to Turkey. Why are we playing him?
Right. So he's naming names, yeah, of those players that are there. So why did he think that the likes of Calafiori was good enough? Because Kolasinac is a better left back than Calafiori. Kolasinac would probably be more effective as a left back for us in the games Calafiori actually played than what we have now. He'd actually be more effective. You see what I'm saying? You got Kai Havertz, who's a failed number 8. Yeah? And he's not the number 9 that's going to take you over the line. But you see, this is what finishing second did. This is what he did. He went from this to being what he is now.
Makes no sense. Callum Chambers holding. This is a championship defense. Callum Chambers holding. I love my team, but I gotta tell you as it is, guys. This is fucked up. Damn! Callum Chambers holding Kolasinac, Cedric are in this team, and we're how many years in to trying to get over this whole situation? We've been rebuilding for how many years? We still have Callum Chambers, we still have Holding, we just signed Cedric. Kolasinac is still here. As much as we want to talk about everything, these guys are not of the level. Now let's continue. Move on.
Now he's saying about how many years, you know, we've been rebuilding and everything like that. So this is 2021. Yeah. Notice how he's not yet mentioned that Supertex won the FA Cup. He hasn't used that to try and justify anything. But when it comes to today, he's using the fact that we have not only beaten Real Madrid, and beating Man City 5-1 and everything like that, he's also using that we've been challenging for the league. See? That's proof right there that league position matters more to these fans than trophies. I've not yet heard him talk about, well, he won the FA Cup, so I'm justifying all this right now. Because if it's us today complaining about the same things he is, which it ain't too far off, he'll use, well, we'll finish second last season and the season before. You know what I mean? So finishing second is good enough for this club.
I'm like, okay, you know what? They're playing. I can't change the team. Let me just try to have a little bit of optimism. My wife told me straight up, Terry, before the game, we're losing 4-0. I'm like, babe, if you lose more than 4 goals, I guarantee you I'm gonna buy you something. Now I'm gonna have to buy her a gift. I'm not even joking, dead serious. So I'm gonna buy her a gift to make to over that. Then Terry, we played a 90-minute game. Xhaka got a red card at the 35th minute, but at that point, until the end of the game, we orchestrated one shot. Worst, as Gunnar Express said, one of the worst performances in history. At halftime, we were down 3-0, and it was the easiest 3-0. At times, the players looked scared to even attack the defender.
Just like today's Arsenal now. Look how many games this season that we were scared to do anything once we got the lead. You know what I mean? We were shook at home against Brighton. Yeah. Down to 10 men, leading 1-0, and we were shook. Yeah. Didn't want it against Bournemouth, Newcastle in the semi-finals, PSG in the semi-finals, Bournemouth at home, taking the lead and then shook again. Aston Villa at home, shook again. Forest, we didn't want to do anything at their ground. Man United, I don't know what happened to us. I mean, we've dropped points in leading positions. How many times now? Like 20 times or something. We've drawn 14 games, and I think 9 or 10 of them have been from winning positions. We only had the 0-0 against Forest, Everton, and then the draw against. I think we scored first against Chelsea, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We scored first against Chelsea. I think there was a couple more draws where we had to equalize. Oh, Man U, we had to equalize against Man U, so that's 3. And there was another game where we were behind, but then we equalized. Can't remember who it was, but there's 3 that off the top of my head that I know of that we drew because we just drew 0-0, or we drew because we equalized. But most of the draws we've been winning, and we fucked up.
I don't know what the manager can do at this point, but even he is out of his depth. It is a situation where right now he's in Manchester. Pep had him as his assistant. He can have him back as his assistant.
What's that?
Because the way the club is set up,
that's what he was before, you know. Man said Pep can have Super Tex back. He went from that to what he is now, justifying consistent failure. When we're in the same position that we were back then, no trophies. Or at least at that point, I think we were, if that was 2021, I think that was 2021-22 season. So, yeah, we were the reigning champions of the FA Cup then, if it was that point. But it was when City beat us 5-0 anyway. Man said he can have him back, you know. I want you guys to deep this, you know.
I've seen him do it.
I want you guys to deep that. He said Pep can have him back. Jesus.
The way the organization of the team is set up, the way that everything is run at Arsenal Football Club right now, to be in 20th, to have 0 goals, is not an overstatement anymore. After Villarreal, to be honest, I barely had any support left for this manager. But at this point, I have nothing to give to him. He does not give us anything to hold on to as fans, to be able to say, you know what, there's something there.
And the thing is, he's saying that that's how he felt after the Villarreal game. That was a semi-final. Yeah? That was a semi-final. So again, it just goes to show that this fan base only values certain trophies. Because the Champions League semi-final this season, what happened since we beat Real Madrid? What was the change? What was the difference? Why couldn't that same Arsenal turn up? But he gives an excuse for that. What's the excuse? Because there's no injury concerns. Unless he thinks Kai Havertz is going to make a magical difference. Saka was there. I mean, all we've been hearing from fans like him is how injuries has done this to us this season. That's all we've been hearing. But now man sat there saying about after the Villarreal game, it was essentially the turning point, pretty much. Let me not butcher what he said. Let me go back a little bit.
Nothing to give to him. He does not give us anything to hold on to as fans, to be able to say, you know what, there's something there. There is nothing there anymore. It's a rotten course. The club is rotten. The manager has to go.
Let me go back a little bit.
I barely had any support left for this manager. But at this point, I have.
Yeah, after the Villarreal game, he barely had any support from the manager. But for somehow, he still has support for Super Tets after our performance in 2 semi-finals this season. Bear in mind, last season, 2024 season, we had no injury concerns and we didn't get over the line in any competition. And he's still justified keeping him here. This is why I say, once he fails again, which I expect him to, I hope he doesn't, but I expect him to because that's what I know of him. Yeah? Once he fails again, the goalpost will be moved. There'll be something else. There'll be something else with these, man. I'm telling you right now.
Nothing to give to him. He does not give us anything to hold on to as fans, to be able to say, you know what, there's something there. There is nothing there anymore. It's a rotten course. The club is rotten. The manager has to go. The players have to go. Everybody has to fucking go. And this is just the beginning of the season. At this point, the season's finished. The manager's finished. The club is finished. Write off the whole season. Bring in a new ownership. Bring in everything. Because at this point, we need a complete overhaul from the beginning to end.
When he had standards, fam.
It's going to be more and more the same. Am I going to wait until Norwich to say, am I going to wait until we lose to Norwich to say, oh, at this point, Arteta has to go? Damn! No, bro, I'm sorry. I know it might be an overstatement. Manchester City just won the league last year. They're a much better team than us, but we should not be performing the way we're performing with the amount of investment that we have in the team in comparison to everybody else. West Ham have less investment than us. Guess what? Leicester's whole entire team costs less than the players that we shifted out.
Now, he's mentioned 2 clubs there that have won trophies more recently than us, as it stands right now. Yeah. So at that point, if this is 2021-22, in fact, let me just quickly Google. So I've got the exact date of when City beat us 5-0. 28th of August, 2021. So Leicester were already FA Cup champions at that point. They're the current FA Cup champions. Yeah. August 2021 was when we got beat 5-0 by Man City. So that was for the 21-22 season. So that was the season before we got into the title race, yeah? So he mentioned West Ham there. Lo and behold, 2 years from that point, West Ham won a European trophy. And he was justifying keeping Super Tets here, even after that.
We shifted out over 1,500,000 in wages. Leicester's whole team last year per week only got 1,205,000 a week. Just goes to show you, we do not invest in the right players. We do not invest in the right managers.
Brother,
I gave Arsene Wenger more stick than I've given Arteta, and I'm an absolute idiot for doing that. I tried my best to say, you know what, I made a mistake turning on Emery. I made a mistake turning on a thing. Maybe I'm making a mistake turning on Arteta again, but at this point, I can't see what he's going to do to turn me around as a fan.
what's that?
That's what he used to be, people. That's what he used to be. Yeah? 2021. That was. Fast forward to now, he does nothing but justify failure. Just because finishing second. This season should have shown everybody, I don't think it really matters who's in the title race now. Because if Super Tex was as good as what they make out, even with those injuries, it still gets over the line, even with those injuries.
It's ridiculous.
It's hilarious.
And guys, everyone, call me what you want to call me. I don't care. At the end of the day, I used to say best for the club is continuity and consistency. Forget that. There's no such thing as continuity and consistency if what you're trying to build continuity and consistency with is irrelevant, useless garbage.
I've seen him do it.
I am done talking nice. I'm done chatting shit. I'm done being the guy who's trying to be positive about something, trying to see the lights when things are going. There's no positives. My God.
How interesting that is. At that point, he said he was done being positive, trying to see the light. So he went from that to what he is now. Somebody that's just constantly trying to find the positive. Ain't that something? Well, let's bring that back. Let's bring it back. That was interesting. That was interesting inside the 5-minute mark. That was interesting.
More stick than I've given Arteta, and I'm an absolute idiot for doing that. I tried my best to say, you know what, I made a mistake turning on Emery. I made a mistake turning on a thing. Maybe I'm making a mistake turning on Arteta again, but at this point, I can't see what he's going to do to turn me around as a fan.
What's that?
It's ridiculous.
It's hilarious.
And guys, everyone, call me what you want to call me. I don't care. At the end of the day, I used to say best for the club is continuity and consistency. Forget that. There's no such thing as continuity and consistency if what you're trying to build continuity and consistency with is irrelevant, useless garbage.
I've seen him do it.
I am done talking nice. I'm done chatting shit. I'm done being the guy who's trying to be positive about something, trying to see the lights when things are going. There's no positives. My God. There is no positive. Sambi Lokonga was our positive. Kieran Tierney's our positive. Bukayo Saka's our positive. The young players are our positives. You know what? If you want to build something for the future, something positive for the future, what's going on the pitch is destroying my club. It's very sad to see. It's a very sad state of affairs. And people care more about nonsense hoodoo. The fans were on the pitch, Terry. The fourth goal went in and they were celebrating. That is what I care more about than Mezzo Ozil. That is an embarrassment. Our own fans are laughing and cheering. The fifth goal went in, Terry. I laughed. I don't care about what Mezzo Ozil has to say because I can.
So when you hear these toxic positives say, look where the manager took us from. It's this right here. He felt some type of way because fans ended up laughing because we're getting beat 5-0. And because that's not happening to us anymore like that, that's enough for fans like this. That's why fans like him will turn around and say, look where he took us from, mate. You know what I mean? Because we're at least not getting beat heavy. This is what I mean. So that's what it's going to have to take then, isn't it? It's going to have to take us getting beat by the top 6 convincingly. and not get Champions League football for the standards to creep back in. Because this was Egal with standards. Now give them second place finishes. You see the change. I'm telling you, what's currently happening now at Arsenal is a trophy to them. Because only a trophy, only a constant win of trophies would have fans turn from that to what these type of fans are today. Not even the FA Cup that Supertex won in 2020 behind closed doors, not even that was enough to keep him. I want you guys to remember that.
See it. Everybody can see it. I don't need anybody else to come and tell me that. 1 second. Goal number 1, bad defending. Second goal, worse defending. Granit Xhaka was a red card. Conceding all those goals, it's going to continue to happen unless we sort out the way we are organized. And until we get Mikel Arteta out of this club, we're continuously going to be a swinging pendulum. And until we get the owners out of this club, we're never going to get the investment needed to win a Champions League or a league title.
Amen.
So you heard it there. And that was 2021. Fast forward to today, he's doing nothing but justify the failure. That's all he does. Just justifies failure after failure after failure at this club. It's almost amazing to see. He just does nothing but justify the failure. Anyways, I'm done with this reaction. I might do another reaction after this. Because obviously this wasn't live, which I forgot to tell you. I think I might poke fun at Liverpool fans again because I saw Klopp's reaction to Liverpool fans booing Trent, and Klopp wasn't pleased at all. That's the most animated I've seen Klopp in that kind of environment where he's speaking in front of people. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And yeah, Egal, thanks to Egal, I've updated my outro on my videos now. So yeah, anyways, like the stream, share. Like the stream, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow the socials, and I'll see you guys later on today. Peace.
And until we get Mikel Arteta out of this club, we're continuously going to be a swinging pendulum. And until we get the owners out of this club, we're never going to get the investment needed to win a Champions League or a league title.
Amen.